Okay. Salakia. Testing, 1, 2. All right. Shalom, Israel. This is priest and officer. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yashabrakathum, Yahweh Shema Alathum Bashem Yahshai. This is priest and officer Quara Ya'ala out of ISUPK, Connecticut, under Commanding General Yohana. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And today we're going to get into the qualities of a good leader, because the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians leaders have failed us on a high level, to the point where we just out here on our own. Well, actually, we're not out here on our own, because we have Commanding General Yohana, that is a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian leader out here. Now, understand that there's certain qualities that determine a good leader and a bad leader. And one thing's for sure is that a good leader do not abuse authority. A good leader leads his sheep and his men. Excuse me. A good leader leads his men and his people and deal with them like how a true leader should deal with his people, the Lord's people. Now I'm going to go into a scripture that pertains to a leader. I'm going to a few scriptures that pertains to abuse of authority as far as leadership. And then I'm going to go into some other scriptures that will break down a good leader. Now I'm going to Ephesians 6 and 4. And it starts off, well, let me start at 1. I'll work my way down. It says Ephesians 6 and 1. Children, obey your parents in the Most High, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, that thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye, fathers, provoke not your children. Now, this is where it comes in. Because, of course, it says, honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise. Now, honor is respecting them. But also, if you're a parent that was abusive and just, wasn't there for your child, as you come into this truth, you would know that you still, regardless, have to honor them. Now, honor them means respect them and help them out in their old age. It don't mean to conform to their belief or to just do what they say because it's being, this scripture is being misquoted to you. Now, to get back on track, I'm going to go into verse 4. It says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Most High. So, if you are an abusive parent, or a parent, whether it's physical or verbal, the scripture is telling you to don't provoke your children to wrath, because that can create an angry child. That could create a child that's going to go out in the world and will be considered a ticking time bomb. You're supposed to bring them up And this is where good parenting and good leadership comes in, because you're supposed to nurture and admire and take care of your children. And as a leader, you're responsible over men and women to take care of them and to nurture them and to bring them up on a spiritual level and bring them closer to the Most High. Understand that when you, as a leader, provoke men or women and bring wrath to them, it's the same thing. It'll be equivalent to this scripture here, because like a father with his children would be like a leader to his people, to the ones he's leading. You have to nurture them and groom them and get them right according to these scriptures, because you don't want an angry servant. You don't want an angry child. You don't want an angry a servant, because at the end of the day, people that you lead, you want them to have respect for you, and you want them to have a certain level of love for you. Let me drop that. Go down to not drop. Let me go to verse 5. It says, "Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and singleness of your heart, as unto Yahushua Mashiach," which is Christ. As those that's on this chat, chat refers to, or Jesus. Verse 6. "Not with eye service as men pleasers, but as servants of Yahushua Mashiach," which is Christ. Again, "doing the will of the powers from the heart." Verse 7. With goodwill doing service as the Most High, and not to men. Verse 8. "Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Most High, whether he be bond or free." Verse 9. "And ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also in heaven, neither is there their respect of persons with him." And I'm going to read that again, verse 9. It says, "And ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him." So when you're over and you're leading over men, women, children, you have to do the same unto them as they have to do unto you. You have to respect them. You have to treat them with kindness, with meekness. You know, at times you will have to turn it up, especially if the people that you're serving, the people that you're over leading, gets out of line. Understand that a check-in is coming. We're not the Christian church out there. A check-in is coming. And also understand that when you get checked, when you get corrected, that's a blessing right there. That's the Most High showing you love. That's brotherhood and sisterhood right there when you get checked. That's not a bad thing. when you get corrected. A lot of our people don't like to get corrected because a lot of our people don't like to be wrong. But when you're wrong, the right thing to do is to take accountability and correct the situation and make your wrong a right. Let me get back to verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Most High and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the powers, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So understand that it's a physical and spiritual battle that we all go through every day. So understand this is where having mercy on one another, having compassion to one another, finding out if a brother or sister, instead of jumping down their throat, try to find out they might be having a bad day. They might be going through, I mean, we all going through hell, but they might be going through something extreme at the moment. Don't be so quick to jump down a brother or sister's throat because they messed up. A good leader is going to recognize. Understand that a good leader is going to recognize and see and try to come up with a solution before it gets ugly. A good leader is going to be on a certain spiritual level to pick up on that. Like ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Commanding General Yohana. Excellent leader. He's on a far high spiritual level that you can't even imagine. And understand that, like the great leaders, the generals, the captains, the officers, he have produced excellent leaders, great leaders as well. And the troopers that come in turn into excellent leaders as well. The sisters that come in here turn into excellent sisters, excellent daughters of Commanding General Yohana and the generals. Because that is a true example of excellent, great leadership. You don't get this kind of leadership in these Christian churches out here. Not at all. You don't get this kind of leadership with any other organization out here in this world. Because within all these other religions and organizations out here, it's always hidden BS. It's always hidden BS that's going on in the churches. The molestation, the adultery, the homosexuality, the money laundering, all kinds of drug dealing and so forth, and pimping. You name it. Same thing going on in these mosques and so forth, and all these other religions. So they definitely ain't dealing with the Lord. They definitely not good leaders for our people, the 12 tribes, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Why? Because they're not living according to these scriptures. And some of them, like I mentioned, Islam is not even dealing, well, actually they are. Salakia. But they still, I'm talking about the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that follow it. I'm not talking about the Arabs and East Indians and so forth, the Hindu cats that follow it. I'm talking about our people, the Lord's chosen, the 12 tribes that follow it. It's so far gone that they damn near believe that they Arabs. Now, drop that. Let me get let's go into Proverbs, 15:1. Proverbs 15:1. It goes, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Verse 2. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. Understand, and I'm going to verse 3 too. Verse 3. The eyes of the Most High are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So understand that a good leader, everything is not all about coming off like a pit bull to every situation. Like the scriptures tell you right here, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. There's levels to this as far as a leadership. You come off pleasant, you come off humble. You don't come off biting right away. Because when you come with a soft answer and you talking regular, you talking civil. It turns away the wrath because now it's not bringing on that anger. You're not coming with that aggressive energy. But when you come with that aggressive energy, all the person hears is the first maybe couple words that you said. After that, they're mad. They're thinking of how they could, and well, I can only speak for me, but out in the world, I'll be thinking of where I'm going to swing on you after you finish saying what you're saying. Or it might not even let you finish say, depending on how I was feeling at that time. And this was when I was out in the world. Because nobody wants to be barked at immediately, especially if it's a situation going on and they might be at fault. They're already feeling ashamed or embarrassed. And then it's like you adding on when you come in with grievous words. But see, a good leader will give a soft answer to turn away the wrath. A horrible leader, a bad leader, would give grievous words and stir up anger because he, bad leader, wants what he wants at the cost of humiliating, exposing whoever, however, to try to get the job done. Instead of being brotherly to his brothers. A bad leader will stay on 10. For a lot of times, situations can be addressed with a soft answer. And when I say soft, don't get me wrong. We're not no Christian church. So when I say a soft answer, I'll give you an example. If if a brother breaks something or somebody breaks something, and you're a high ranking man, you'll be like, hey, you pull a brother to the side. What's going on, brother? What happened right here? You know? I'm not talking about sounding like Michael Jackson or whatever, but you're talking in a real calm voice. Manly, of course, but calm. And you're asking about it. Now, if you have somebody that's gonna turn their head and give you that eye service and everything, and like a chick, and sign and all that. Now it's like, okay, might give them another chance. If they turn it up again, then but after the first time, you be warranted to turn it up a notch, But it's only to get that brother back on track. It's not to abuse it, to say, that you just feel a ways. You might give a brother a chance or two, because he might have a bad day, And then, you just make sure, and you make sure it gets done, but you don't create more drama. After that first answer, you might ask the brother, yo, you all right? Everything cool? You sure? You good? All right. And, do me a favor. Get somebody, or do me a favor. Just get that up. Let's say it's broken glass or something that nobody's seen and it just got overlooked. That's on the floor. But now if you coming in, and you screaming, you on 10, who did it? Oh, everybody get that up, It's like, what the hell? So you don't want to be in that category as a bad leader. Because ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana produces nothing but good leaders. We produce nothing but excellent leaders. You can see for yourself. You see it online. You see it in the camps. You see the brothers out there. And you got some good sisters in the truth too as well. That raise, what's that scripture I believe in Titus about the old woman teaching the young woman? You got the older sisters in the truth raising up, and working with these new sisters coming in. But let me drop let me drop that. Let me get Titus 3 and 2. Just bear me 1 second. Titus 3 and 2. Yes. Bear me 1 second. Yes, my reader's down. Young man Lawrence. Hope you feel better, brother. Stay strong. And Lord willing, I'll be speaking with you soon. Brother coming in solid, Big up to young man Lawrence, Okay, Titus 3 and 2. To speak evil of no man. Okay, hold on. Let's go to 1. Put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrates, to be ready to every good work. Verse 2. To speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. Understand that you have to be ready. You have to lead by example. You have to not be quick to be brawling. You want to be a peaceful man. You want to show meekness. You want to show mercy. Understand, in order to get mercy, you got to be able to give mercy. A lot of us tend to forget that. A lot of us, when we screw up, we want mercy on us. We want the men above us, the authority over us, that when we mess up, when we screw up, to give us a chance and to forgive us and wipe it under the rug. But how could you want that if you can't even give that to your own brother? If you can't even give that to your own sister? In order to get mercy, you got to be able to give mercy. And you got to be meekness. You got to lead by example. A great leader leads by example. A great leader shows their men. They show the women how to be towards one another. That's a great leader. Understand that when you're a leader and you're leading people, they depend on you. They look at you. They respect. Any great leader, people are going to respect and look for you for the answers. Like how we look towards Commanding General Yohana for the answers. Just like every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that's on the face of this earth, throughout the four corners of this earth, should be looking towards Commanding General Yohana to find out what to do next. But it's going to get a time where it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late because the doors are going to get shut, and then that's going to be it. And then, you just pray that the Lord is with you, especially that day of judgment, That's why we got to be solid. We got to endure to the end, But let me drop that. Let me get James 5:12. James 5:12. Okay, I'm going to start at 11. It says, Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Most High, that the Most High is very pitiful, and of tender mercy. Verse 12, But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. Understand that the Most High, He has pity on you. He has tender mercy on you. The Most High, let me tell you something. The Most High, if He loves you, He will spank you. He'll light that fire to your behind, and He'll correct you. And those that have ears, those that have eyes, is going to see, is going to hear, going to pick up, and come back to the Most High. Understand that. But understand when in verse 12, when it tells you, let your yeas be yeas and your nays be nays, understand that a good leader, if he tells you yes, his yeas is going to be yeas and his nays is going to be nays. A bad leader is not going to be wavy and shifty and be like yay, but then really nay, or nay, but then turn around and yay exactly right after. He's going to be wholehearted and solid in whatever decision making. Now, I'm not saying it can't change later on, but at that moment, you can't be wavy. Like, yeah, but you be like, no, and then you tell somebody no, but then somebody else come in, and then you be like, yeah, all right. Nah, no is no. Let your yays be yays and your nays be nays. But now if you come and revisit that at a later date, and you could come with a better argument or a better case, so it could be turned around, it could be, then that's different. But a good leader is going to stick to what they say. They're not going to be wavy on it. A bad leader is going to be wavy on that. Now, let me get into Philippians 2 and 3. Bear me 1 second. Okay, let's start at verse 1. Philippians 2 and 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Yahushua Mashiach, which again I said is Christ, Jesus Christ, to y'all, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, verse 2, fulfill ye me joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. Understand that we have to be on one accord. We have one spirit, one body, one mind. And a good leadership is going to keep us on one accord. One spirit, one body, one mind. A good leader is not going to have you stray away from the truth, from these scriptures, from the truth. A good leader is not going to have you stray away from the Most High. Who will be considered a bad leader? These pastors, these priests, these deacons, beacons, bishops in these churches, Christian churches. Understand that they're horrible leaders because they have us doing everything that the Most High tells us not to do, and they have our people doing it. And they don't care because they're greedy dogs. They're selfish bastards. They don't care about nobody but themselves. Let me drop that. Let me get 1 Timothy 4 and 12. Excuse me. First Timothy 4 and 12. I'm going to start at 11. It says, these things command... Okay, hold on. let's just go to 12. It says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in the word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Verse 13, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Understand that you don't let no man despise thy youth. When you're a bad leader, you're screaming and you're going in on a young man, and I get it. You gotta break people in, but there's a level of doing that, and then there's a level of abusing authority. Now understand that every man got to come in and be tried. You got to be tried. To walk this walk, to do what we do, it takes a certain type of man to walk this walk. Just like it takes a certain type of woman to walk this walk. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Not everybody could do it. Not everybody's built for it. I wish every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian can and walk this walk with us, but unfortunately, that's not how it's going down. Because a lot of our people is not built for this. Now, let me drop that. And I'm going to go into Matthew's 20, 25 to 28. Okay, it says, but Yahushua Mashiach called them unto him and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. Verse 26, but it shall not be so among you, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Now this is written in red. This is Yahushua Mashiach talking. Verse 28, even as the Son of Man came, not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. Understand that our King, our brother, Yahushua Mashiach, which a lot of you know him as Jesus Christ, understand that he gave his life a ransom for many. He gave his life for us, so we can have another chance to try to get it right, to come back to the Most High, to come back to our Creator, to come back. Understand that that's brotherhood times a zillion, you know, because he gave his life to brothers and sisters he didn't even know. He died. He gave his whole life. He gave his whole life, sacrificed his whole life, just so we could have another chance. But like how a lot of us are ungrateful, we still in these churches, we still in these Muslim mosques, we still following Buddhism, Hinduism, you name it. We in everything else but ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. And I'm talking about blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We are so far gone. We are so damn ungrateful because but yet still we don't come back to the Lord because we think the Most High is dwelling in these Christian churches out here. We thinking that the Most High is dealing in a damn what do you call it, a Kaaba in Mecca. We thinking the Most High is everywhere else but where he is, looking over this whole universe. And understand that you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We're the Lord's chosen. But a lot of us still don't believe that because it's been beaten out of us for years to the point that it's been beaten so much we don't think we worthy of anything. But I'm here to tell you, Black man, Hispanic man, and women, the scriptures tell you this ain't me. I'm just delivering the word. I'm a priest and prophet of the Lord. Understand that you are somebody. You're the salt of the earth. When you come and follow these scriptures, you become the salt of the earth. We are special people. We are naturally special. We're gifted, talented. And a lot of these nations hate us because they know who we are. You have to know who you are. If you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are a Hebrew Israelite by blood, not by choice, by blood. You are special people. We are special people. Let me drop that. Get Romans 12 and 9. Okay, Romans 12 and 9. It says, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. A good leader is going to live this right here. A bad leader is not going to abhor which is evil because they are evil. They're not going to cleave to anything good. In verse 9, they're not affectionate to one another because if you're struggling, they don't care. They just want your money. No brotherly love, because if they had brotherly love, they wouldn't be sleeping with the brothers in their congregation wives. They wouldn't be molesting their children. They wouldn't be homosexuals trying to sleep with their sons or sleeping with the women's husbands. There wouldn't be none of that going on. So understand that a good leader would let love be without dissimulation. A good leader will abhor that which is evil and cleave to that which is good. A good leader will be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love and in honor, preferring one another. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, you ain't gonna get any more brotherly love than what's in this organization. Understand that brotherhood, when we say brotherhood's a weapon, because brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a defense against the wiles and evils of this world. Brotherhood is what's going to get us and keep us in the spirit. One spirit, one body, one mind, one spirit, one body. Brotherhood is what keeps the bond, and sisterhood as well. Let me see. Okay. At verse 11. Not slothfulness in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Most High, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Verse 13. Distributing to the necessities of saints, given to hospitality. A great leader is going to do that. Distribute to the necessities of saints, given to hospitality. Understand that when any brother, any sister comes from out of state, that's an ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, our doors are open. There's no way that no brother or sister can go into a city and not be welcomed. That's brotherhood right there. Brotherhood and sisterhood. Because that hospitality is serious. And ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. That hospitality is real. Let me drop that. Let me get I'm gonna get First Timothy, 3:1. Okay. It says 1 Timothy 3:1. This is a true saying. If man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. Understand that verse 2, a bishop is an officer or an overseer. And they, the officers, which the generals, captains, officers, and ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, would be considered a bishop. Understand, we don't use the word bishop because it just gives off that Christian feel, but we call ourselves officers. We rank. We have the rank system. Generals, captains, officers. But we are to be held blameless. Be ye perfect. We are to be held blameless. And we are the husband of one wife. The one wife is this truth. These laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High has given to us. We must be vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, and apt to teach. We have to be vigilant, sober, of good behavior. We can't come off nasty, mean. We can't come off as an asshole. We can't do that. We're given to hospitality. We have to have open arms and be hospitable. And we have to be apt to teach. That's the job of an officer, which will also be considered a bishop. Verse 3. Not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. Verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the powers? Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach and the snares of the devil. So a good officer, which in this scripture also bishop, must be blameless. A good leader must be blameless. Commanding General Yohanan is blameless. Every other leader you see in ISUPK under Commanding General Yohanan is blameless. Every general, every captain, every officer is held blameless. Why? Because we fear the Lord, for one. We respect the Lord. We respect and love the brotherhood. We follow these laws, statutes, and commandments to the T. We don't do anything contrary to the doctrine. We are the salt of the earth. Understand that. Let me drop that. Let me get Luke, the 22nd chapter. It says, and there was also a strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest. Hold on. Verse 25. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. I'm going to read that again. It says, and he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. Benefactors are basically people that help, that finance, that benefit, that like a benefactor would be like what is that? When you basically finance somebody to start their business up. Like a partner, a silent partner, so to say. Verse 26. But ye shall not be so, but he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that doeth serve. Verse 27. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth, is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth. So this is Yahweh Shah Mashiach talking. It's in red. And he's basically saying that, basically he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth, is he not that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth. So he's basically saying, I'm the son of the Most High. Yet I'm not sitting like I'm sitting at the meat. He's sitting as the one not eating, but as the one that's serving. Because Yahushua Mashiach is our king in Hebrew, which y'all know as Jesus Christ. He serves us. He's served us. He's serving us. And he's above all of us. He's above this whole world, this whole earth. And he's saying, but I am among you as he that serveth. So who the hell is anybody to be sitting there thinking that they sitting there getting the meat? If our king, Yahushua Mashiach, is considering himself a servant, well, what does that make us? Not above him at all. Not ever. So understand that a good leader is going to be humble enough to let the smallest, the youngest of the flock know that I'm here to serve you. Just like all the generals, captains, officers, we're here to serve our people. We're here to serve the brothers and sisters that are strung out on drugs, that have been raped, molested, have been abused physically, mentally, is homeless, is eating out of garbage cans, have mental issues. We're here to serve you. We're here to serve the broken spirit, the brothers and sisters that's on lockdown, in jail, that's in the ghettos and the slums. ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, we are here to serve you. We're not shooing you away. We're not the Christian church. We welcome all Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We're here for our people. Let me drop that. Let me go into John 13 and 12. John 13 and 12. So after he had washed their feet. Okay, this is okay. I'm going to go to verse 10. It says, Yahushua Mashiach said to him, he that is washed needed not save to wash his feet, but is clean. Let me go up further and give the whole gist of this. I'm gonna start from one. And read down. It says, now before the feast of the Passover, where Yahushua Mashiach knew that his hour was come, and that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And the supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from the powers and went to the powers, He riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. After that he poured water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter said unto him, Lord, dost not wash my feet? Yahushua Mashiach answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter said unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Yahushua Mashiach answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon and Peter said unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Yahushua Mashiach said unto him, He that washeth needeth not save to be washed his feet, but is clean every whilst. And ye are clean, but not at all. He's saying right there that y'all some dirty MFs. Not physically, but spiritually. You know? Verse 11. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, Ye are not all clean. Verse 12. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken his garment, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? Verse 13. Ye called me Master and Lord, and ye say, Well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. Verse 15. For I have given you an example, that ye should do as I have done to you. And I'm going to verse 16. It says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. For ye know these things. Happy are ye if ye do them. Understand that ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Commanding General Yohana has washed all our feet. In turn, the generals have washed all our feet, the captain's feet. The captains have washed our feet. The officers have washed the troopers' feet. So understand that true leadership, good leadership, great, excellent leadership, you lead by example. You don't run. You don't duck and dodge. You lead by example. Leading by example is following these laws, statutes, and commandments to the T. ISUPK, the Commanding General Yohana, does exactly that. We follow these laws to the letter. But understand that when you looking and you quit and you're looking and you seeing that, you trying to make a decision on where you trying to go, understand that those that have eyes, like the scriptures say, they're going to see. Those that have ears is going to hear. If not, just pray the Lord have mercy on you. Just pray the Lord have mercy on you and wink at your ignorance. You know? Now I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go into 1 Corinthians 12 and 12. It says, For as the body is one, and hath many members, and all the members of that body, of that one body being many, are one body, so also is Yahushua Mashiach. So understand that within the whole body, one body, one spirit, one mind. So is Yahushua Mashiach. So also is Yahushua Mashiach. And when you have different members of that body, you still have to be in that one spirit, that one body, that one mind. You still have to wash your brother's feet. You still have to wash your sister's feet. Why? Because that's our job. That's the job of a great leader, an excellent leader. Drop that. I'm going to go into 2 Timothy 2:2. Okay, it says, I'm going to start at 1. It says, 2 Timothy 2:1. It says, Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Verse 3, Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. Understand that we have to endure this hardness. We have to be faithful, committed to this truth. When you come to this truth, you're married to this truth. Understand that when you're in here, you're in here. For you to leave this truth, you have to be crazy. You have to be a real lustful person that have been fighting the crave being in here. Understand, I know there's demons and I know there's things that come upon, but this is where we have to lean on the brotherhood, on the sisterhood. A great leader is going to help. A great leader is going to be there 24/7, 365 for their people. That's what great leaders do. We don't turn our backs on the afflicted, the ones that spiritually and physically beaten down on all levels that you could possibly think of. That's our job as great leaders, excellent leaders, to help raise and build this nation, the Lord's people, and raise up this nation like how the Most High wants us to. Drop that. Let me get John 10 and 11. It says, John 10 and 11. It says, I am a good shepherd. This is Yahushua Mashiach. It's in red, he's talking. It says, I am a good shepherd. A good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Understand that ISUPK, when you see the men in ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, we give our life for this truth. We give our life for this sheep. We could be selfish and we could be like all these other groups out here that are for themselves. We could be like all these other groups out here that don't give a damn about our people. But we not. Just like Yahushua Mashiach is a good shepherd. He gave his life for the sheep. He gave his life for us, the 12 tribes, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. He's given out his life for us. What can we say we've actually done for our king, our brother, that gave his life for us? If you're not in the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, what can you say you've done for the Most High? What could you say that you've done to pay homage to our brother, our king, Yahushua Mashiach? I'll wait. You damn near hear a pin drop. Because there's nothing our people can say. Now I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna go to 1 Peter's 5 and 3. It says, neither as being lords over neither as being lords over powers heritage, but be examples to the flock. I'm gonna read it again. It says, neither as being lords. Let me go to verse 2. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to verse 1. Slide it. It says, the elders which are among you, I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Yahushua Mashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Verse 2. Feed the flock of the powers which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but by willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Verse 3. Neither as being lords over the powers heritage, but being examples of the flock. Understand that we're not just the lords over the Most High's heritage, which is the Israelite culture, our heritage, which is these laws, statutes, and commandments, but be examples to the flock. We have to be examples. We have to show, we have to lead by examples. We can't sit here and say, oh, we can't be sitting here teaching these scriptures, and then afterwards you're going to see me in a parking lot or somewhere smoking a blunt or sniffing cocaine or paying for some prostitutes. We have to be examples. We have to lead by examples. We have to lead. We have to eat, sleep, defecate. We have to do everything. We have to live these scriptures. These scriptures have to be in our inward parts. And we have to lead by example. Because once again, how could you look for mercy if you can't give mercy? How could you be forgiving? How could you look for somebody to forgive you if you can't forgive somebody that wronged you? Now, I'm gonna get one more scripture before I close this out. It's Second Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 10. It says, now, this is hold on. This is Solomon. This was Solomon speaking to the Most High, excuse me. And he basically now I'm going to start from verse 9. This is Solomon speaking to the Most High. He says, now, O Most High powers, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this thy people that is so great? And the powers said, the Most High powers said unto Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither yet has asked long life, but has asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people, over whom I have made thee king. Verse 12. Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee. This is the Most High talking now. And, well, he was talking 11. But, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have the like. So understand that Solomon, he had asked the Most High for wisdom and knowledge to deal with our people as a leader, as a king. As a good leader, you're not worried about the riches of this world. You're not worried about being rich. You just want to make sure you do the job right. You want to make sure you do not let the Most High down, because understand that the true beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High. The beginning of true wisdom is the desire for discipline. So understand that, when you sit there and you look for all this vanity, all this vain glory that this world have to offer. This world has nothing for our people. Understand that Solomon, he wanted something that was spiritual. Something that, something that was selfless. Something that he didn't just want for his own selfish gain. He wanted the ability. He wanted the Lord to bless him with the ability to have knowledge and wisdom, so he can deal and solve and come up and help his people. Commanding General Yohana, ISUPK, the Commanding General Yohana, deals with wisdom and knowledge. He don't look for worldly things. He don't deal with worldly things. When you hear say pay your tithes is to help build this nation. So when the destroyed brothers and sisters that can't pay their rent, can't eat, don't know what their next meal gonna be, can't provide diapers or milk for their babies, can't put clothes on their family's back as well as themselves. Understand, we're here to build a nation. We're here to deal with the Lord's people. We're here to raise and build this nation up. And that is the example of a good leader and great leadership, excellent leadership. With that, that's my time. I'm going to say Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshabarakathum, Yahweh Shema Alathum by Hashem Yahshai, and priest and officer Korah Ya Allah. Shalom.